Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, FDIC, MCM, LIX. If that's not enough letters for you, I must be LBGTQ plus or something. Maybe I'll just put a plus at the end of this. That's what I'm going to do. Here we go again. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, FDIC, MCM, LIX plus. All right, here we go. So let us begin in the name of George Carlin, in the name of Robin Williams, and the Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! Yeah. Now, just before I do my opening prayer, I want to address something that somebody brought to my attention. They said that I used to drop the mic all the way to the floor, when I drop the mic. They said when I do the blessing and I drop the mic, I used to drop the mic to the floor, but then I started just catching it instead of hitting the floor. And the reason is, this is my last mic, okay? And I used to have foam on the floor, so I could drop the mic for real and it would hit the foam. And the problem is, one time I did not clean the foam up right away, and I left the foam on the floor, and my dog stopped dropping, came in, and he saw the foam, and he thought foam me, and so he just ate that shit up. He tore it up, he did things to that foam that I could never undo, and so I had to get rid of the foam. I don't have any more foam, and this is my last mic, so when I drop it, I catch it. I just want you to know I don't pretend to do shit. I just let you know I'm not pretending. It's not like you can't see that I'm catching it. I could lower my hand like this, but the further away my hand is from the mic, the further away my chances of me catching it if I'm not looking down at my hand. So, and this is my last mic. I'm not fucking with it. I'm saving it in case I ever need it for something. Because see, this is a plug-in. This isn't wireless. It's only wireless because there's no wire plugged into it. This is a real, see, right there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's one of those things. So this is my last one like this. Every other mic I have is wireless. And you're probably saying, why aren't you using the wireless mics? And now it's like, just mind your own goddamn business, okay? I didn't mean to, I apologize. I did not mean to say that in church. I should never say business in church, because it's not about business. It's about the Lord. Goddamn. So now that we got that out the way, let me get the opening prayers in the way. Dear Lord, bless this, the first Sunday of Lent. I know that most people have given up or have been forced to give up real football for Lent, and as a result are trying to fill that void. For those who are trying to fill that void with your goodness and holy word, why are they here? Because it's like the good book says. Good book? Come here. Sorry, I gotta get the good book. It's like when I say when the good book says, the good book has to say it, otherwise you're not going to believe it. Why would you believe me when you can hear it from the good book itself? Good book, what have you got to say about that? When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am with you. But since it's just me here, I guess it's just me here. Thank you, good book. You're welcome. For those of you who probably wondering why the good book doesn't always sound the same, because it depends on which chapter we open up to. It's not the same voice because there are different authors. They're like a lot of people wrote in the good book. And And so there are a lot of different voices in the good book. And that's why you don't know which voice you're going to hear, because I don't know who voiced that particular part. So there. So stop asking me about that shit also. Yeah. That is a good book. Can I get a better book? Yes, I can. All right. Now, before I continue with my prayer, I know, Lord, no, let's make this part of the prayer. Lord, I know some people are desperate to fill that void, so they are watching the college basketball. They are watching the hockey. They are watching the NASCAR. And for those of you who do not know what NASCAR is, it's what bootleggers used to do, okay? NASCAR is legitimate bootlegging, because that's what they did. That's why they used to be called stock cars. They used to be bootleggers, okay? When back during Prohibition and shit, and the people that used to try to outrun the law, they kept souping up their cars and making them faster and faster and souping them up. And so they were stocking those cars with liquor. So they were stock cars. And then eventually, like somebody with money always does, they appropriated that culture and turned stock car into NASCAR, which is like supposed to be North American stock car racing, something, shit like that. Then after a while, the cars stopped being made in North America, and they just all over the world. They just kept the name NASCAR because the people who like NASCAR probably couldn't take the time to learn to spell something else. So they just said, let's not make them have to learn something new. We'll keep it NASCAR. So those of you Lord, help those people as well. And Lord, help those people who are watching the Hallmark Lent specials, especially those men who have forgotten their real men and have turned to the Hallmark channel just to please somebody, or just please somebody. Yeah, please, just to please somebody. So help them, Lord. Help those people who are turning to the Hallmark Lent specials. Help them, Lord. Help them. Lord, forgive me for losing my temper with that whore in the store. Sorry. My sister, Crescent, who got snarky with me and called this show a podcast. First of all, it's not a podcast, okay? A pod, let's break it down. A pod is a group, like dolphins, they're in a pod, or peas, they're in a pod. There are like lots of them in a pod. I am not a group. I am a lone pea. I'm peeing here by myself. And as far as casting goes, there was no casting. The show is with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. There's only one me, so why do I need to cast for that? So to call this a podcast, she's just an ignorant whore. But I apologize for losing my temper with her. I should just have called her a whore. And yes, this is live. Chris, this is live. Apologize. I shouldn't have interrupted my prayer for that. I was just surprised that someone asked about it. Yeah, so this is not a podcast. And forgive me for calling my sister a whore. She's actually a prostitute. She makes a good living at it. She's very good at what she does. And so I apologize. I do not like to call people out of turn, out of their name. That is not something that I like to do. I do apologize. Dear Lord, God of goodness, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes crew at the Church of Last Resort. Keep them healthy, and may my sermon not keep them awake so that they can get some rest. They get up early for this, and for what? So can I get an answer for that? Amen.
Hell no!
So, if the brother, but just so you know, brother producer, there's a new plaque at the very bottom. It says "add," A-D, not A-D-D. If and when you see that, give me a sign from heaven to let me know you see it, and I'll tell you what we're going to do with that. So when you see it, thank you. I will be calling for that a little bit later. Yeah, in about you'll know because I'll ask you for it, but then you'll know. Okay. Bless you. So, I Lord bless my peoples behind the scenes, because they make me look good. Not this. This is nature. This is nature. When I say make me look good, I mean the show look good, because without them, I would be fucking up and pushing things that don't need to be pushed without consent. And then I'd be like in a whole nother lawsuit again, because the last time I pushed buttons without consent, I think it cost me 3 to 5, not years. It was like 3 to 5 audience members, which got me down to like 7, which is so it took me down to 2, but now I'm back all the way up to 7. So that's what I'm talking about. And we're hopefully by the end of the month we'll get to 8, and who knows, maybe in 100 years we can break that dozen mark at the rate we're going. And finally, my cup runneth empty. Yes, indeed, my cup runneth empty. And it's not because there are no funds being put into the church coffers. There are plenty. Everybody who sits in the pews here have donated and given greatly from their heart. No, that's not why this cup runneth empty. This cup runneth empty is because at the Mind Dog TV used to sell coffee. Okay. They stopped selling coffee and they have tea. I don't drink tea, okay? I don't drink tea. I think tea is for people who drink tea. I'm not one of them. So if you drink tea, go to Mind Dog TV, and that's what the T stands for. It stands for tea, and the V stands for variant, like a virus, I think. I can't remember. I didn't, I should have read the fine print. I don't know what the V stands for. But there is T there, and V stands for various other products. So go to minddogtv.com and check out all kinds of shit like this. Check this out. See this? This is a beautiful shirt. Look at that beautiful face. Oh my God. You can't find a more beautiful face on there. And then there's also me too. There's this beautiful face here, which is like, my God, I don't even know how old that is, but that's a beautiful face. And then there's me, both, on this shirt. And you can get this shirt for a price that I don't know what it is, because I'm not good with numbers. So if I was good with numbers, I'd probably be depressed about my numbers in the show, but I don't know. So I do this out of love. And so, well, at any rate, there's no T in there, so it's all bump from here on out. All bump. No more bump for the Lord. It's just bump. Thank you. This is just bump. It's bump to get through the show. It's bump to get through the holidays. It's bump to get through the day. It's bump to get through the night. It's a bump to get through whatever you got to get through. But if you get through it, it didn't stop you. So keep on going and keep on bumping. Bump for the Lord. Bump for yourself. Bump to bump, bump to bump. Huh? Good God, do the bump to the bump. Or do the bump to the bump. Oh, yeah. Huh? Do the bump to the bump. I'm sorry. Once I get that in my head, I got to finish it. So I apologize. Damn. Sorry. Where was I? Oh, yeah. I was my cupping. So that's the end of the prayers. That's one hell of a prayer, I know. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and the Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! Yeah, got to do it that way because I'm right-handed. My left hand, I could drop it and miss it. And like I said, this is my last mic, unless you weren't listening. If you're late to get here, that was my last mic. And I'm not telling you what happened before. Hit the replay. We're only 15 minutes in. You only missed about 14 minutes of content, 2 of which are worth listening to, but you have to listen to all of it to find out which 2 minutes are worth listening to. It's a thirst trap. It's just like a thirst trap. So, brothers and sisters, for those of you who just finished Valentine's Day, and I say just finished because there's still some people may be celebrating today because Valentine's Day fell in the middle of the week. It fell on a Wednesday. And so some people were working, like myself and my wife, Amona. We were working on Wednesday, and we said, we are not going to try to be working all day and try to be romantic Wednesday night. Fuck that. So we said that we were going to celebrate Valentine's Day on Saturday. You know, it's for us. They can't tell us when to celebrate, whoever they are, the Hallmarks and the store people, fuck them. So we celebrated yesterday. Some people may be celebrating today. That's what I'm saying. It's not a religious holiday. It's a fungible holiday. Okay, it's a holiday where you put out money. So you decide when you put out your money. We put out our money yesterday. Okay, and so the wife, Amona, we were celebrating the holiday like we always do. We have a tradition, and I'm not going to tell you all of the traditions because then you'd find out why I use Cialis. So, but I will tell you some of the tradition. We have a romantic dinner. We have special red plates that we only use one day a year for Valentine's Day. So we have our Valentine's Day plates, and we have our special dinner, and then and we have music playing in the background. Okay, this is very important because this is when the argument started. This is when the Valentine's Day fight began. There's music playing in the background. Okay, and my tastes are varied. I can listen to almost anything, and my wife's taste is her taste. Let's leave it at that. So I can listen to almost anything. So we had it on a classic rock station, but low classic rock because this is supposed to be romantic. So we're just like, you know, you probably know that classic rock song. Yeah, but we didn't dance to that one. We danced to another one because right after we finished eating, something with a long introduction started to play. A long instrumental introduction started to play, and my wife is sitting in the chair, and she's swaying like this, looking all sexy, and got the breast assist sitting up there because they had help, and because we're not young, okay? We're not young. So the breast assist was sitting up with a little bit of help, and she's swaying like this, and I said to her, I said, baby, may I have this dance? And she said, I'd love to dance with you. And so we got up, we started to dance, okay? And then the singing started, and I realized it was Leonard Skinner. I don't fucking like Leonard Skinner. So I said to my wife, I said, I'm sorry, I can't dance to this. And she goes, you can't stop now. We've started. I said, wait a second. If we were getting ready to have sex, and I said, we can't stop now. We started. You would say to me, no means no. And I'd have to stop or go to jail. Now, if I don't want to finish a song, if I don't want to dance to a song because I don't like the group, why should I be sleeping on the couch because I didn't want to dance anymore? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't like that group. Why do I have to keep dancing? I said no. I wanted to. I didn't say I don't want to dance. I didn't say I didn't want to dance. I'm saying I didn't want to dance that. I'm not moving my hips to a group that sang the kind of stuff they sang after a while and did it in front of a Confederate flag. I'm not doing it. I'm not supporting that kind of stuff, even if I didn't pay any money, because it's already on the thing. It's free streaming. I'm streaming, so whatever I paid is there. I'm sure, like, you divide it up, I'm paying, like 1/1000 of a penny for that song. But that's one bend of a penny too many. And then to wiggle my hips and gyrate with my wife. No, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. I have ADD. There was a piece of dust over there, and I had to get it. Sorry. I didn't. Sorry about that. You're going to notice my ADD once in a while. Or is it OCD? I'm not sure what it is. I don't have the compulsion to look up the letters. But the thing is, so I asked her, I said, can I just change it? Just find another song. Okay, just so we stop dancing and I get the remote like this and I start going through the guide, trying to find something to dance to. And we're going, I said, gospel? She go, no. Rap? She go, no. Hip hop? No. And I'm going, like I said, alternative adult? Metal? No metal. So we're going through the thing and eventually get to contemporary instrumental music for old people who don't know the words to new songs, but may want to look hip so they can still move and dance, but not too fast so you don't break anything, but not so slow that you fall over trying to dance. That category. Yeah, that's it. Right there. Damn it. That's what we were dancing to. Okay. And it was like an instrument. Matter of fact, we were dancing to an instrumental version of Feel So Good. The instrumental version, not the one with the flugelhorn. So instead of like a flugelhorn, there was some other instrument like a pan flute or something. But we were dancing. And then she goes, I don't feel like dancing now. I'm not in the mood. You broke the mood. I'm like, wait a second. See, why is it okay for women to say no in the middle of something, but I say no because I don't want to dance and now I'm in trouble? Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. I've in all my years, and all the drunken women I brought to my house and let sleep there without me humping them, and while they're unconscious. And there's a lot of them. I never touched one woman who didn't want to be touched, or didn't pay, or I didn't pay to women. I never did anything bad like that. Is what I'm saying. So when they said no, I stopped. Okay. And I didn't hold it against them. I didn't say, you get out my house, you dirty little slut. I paid you $50 to get out. Or you get out my house, you dirty little slut. I bought you $90 worth of liquor. I didn't say that. Or get out of my house, you dirty little slut. We did 4 lines of coke together. No, I didn't do that. They said no, I stopped. Okay. And I went in the bathroom and I closed the door and I said, dirty little slut. I bought them $90 worth of liquor. Dirty little slut. I bought them all that cocaine. See, but I didn't take it out on them. I went in the bathroom. I closed the door. Okay. And then the next time we went out, I didn't spend $90. I said, let's have sex first and then see how much I'm going to spend. But you live and learn. What I'm saying is I didn't hold a grudge. And I'm still not holding a grudge. I'm just saying, I don't think I was wrong about not dancing. If I said no, I should be able to stop anytime I want. So that's just, so Valentine's Day was really good for us yesterday. And we're still married and we're still friends. And I just know to check out the title of the song before I start dancing from now on. I learned a valuable lesson. So gentlemen, so that you do not ever have to do that, you make sure you know what song you're dancing to. I'm just saying for the future, I'm here to help you. Now, so today's, yesterday, I don't know why I wrote this down. I'm going to read it out loud and see if I can remember why I wrote this down. Yesterday, I went into a bar. I remember. Okay, here we go. I remember. See, yesterday I went into a bar. I just need to know. Now that I know what this is, I don't have to look at the footnote. See, I just got the little footnote, and the footnote didn't make any sense until I got to the very, very end when it talked about, all right, here's the deal. A lot of people have given up football for Lent. It started Sunday or today. Well, today's the first Sunday of Lent, so this is the first opportunity that a lot of them have actually were given to give up football for Lent. So at least I thought that. Okay, I was in a bar yesterday, and I was in there trying to save souls for under $50. I try to save souls and money. So I offer salvation on a budget. Okay, I'm not a rich minister. I'm not like the Joel Osteens who are so rich they can afford to have a big old building with a lot of people, and even have some of them like drop off, being shot off and then die because they got so many followers they won't miss one or two that get shot up. See, I can't afford to have any of my parishioners because I don't have that many people in my church. So if you come in my church with a gun, well, first of all, you're not getting in my church with a gun. Okay, so fuck that. And you definitely not shooting any of my 4 or 5 parishioners. They ain't happening because I can't afford to lose one. The church is on a shoestring budget. Okay, we are on salvation on a budget. That's what I'm talking about. Salvation on a budget. We ain't got no fucking army. We just got a budget. Like that. So during my search, I noticed that people were cheating on their promise to give up football for Lent. Okay, now the lentil promises actually mean something. If you make a lentil promise to give up something for Lent, damn it, you need to stick with it. And it's not because the Lord is going to be hurt if you don't keep your promise and don't abstain from what it is abstaining. It's not about the Lord. He don't give a shit. That's not even one of his rules. Okay, the Lord did not make up the Lord about the lentil promises. No. Okay, the Lord made the lentil beans and the lima beans, but not the lentil promises. The lentil promises were made by man. And when you make one, it's a character thing. It's character building. So when you say, I'm giving up football for Lent, damn it, give it up. All right. I was in there and people were watching reruns of the playoffs from this season. That's how desperate they were. Okay. That would be like somebody saying, I gave up alcohol for Lent. And then you see them in the pharmacy buying all the fucking NyQuil they can. And they'll go, no, when I said alcohol, I meant cognac and vodka. This is NyQuil. This isn't alcohol. This is medicine. This is for that cough I might get later on. Yeah, this is for that cough I got. And I need to sleep. I can't sleep at night. And coughing. Yeah, that's what this is. This is NyQuil. This is not alcohol. I gave alcohol. Yes, just like that. I gave up alcohol for Lent. Say, Lord have mercy. So these people were cheating on their lentil promises. And so I had to go in there and I had to give them a little bit. I had to give them a little bit of my mind. Okay? Just a little bit, because I had to save some for you for today. Okay? But yesterday, I gave them a little bit of my mind, all right? And so I'm calling you people out at that restaurant. I'm not going to say the restaurant by name because you're not a sponsor, okay? Right. But I do have a sponsor in Bro Talks, but we'll get to that later, all right? But right now, I'm not talking about that restaurant by name because they are not a sponsor. If they want to be on this show, mentioned on this show, then they got to be a sponsor, like AA. There's 12 steps to being a sponsor on this show. And the first 11 involve cash in my fucking pocket. All right. Sorry about that. Now, as long as I'm here, before damn it, what was I did want to say something. One more thing about what was it? Oh yeah, we have a contest. If the producer could pull up that ad picture, that ad, and hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist.
I was born in 1959. I was recently looking at some footage of me performing on stage, and I thought to myself, is this what people are seeing? I could see all of the gray hair, the dark circles and bags under my eyes, my protruding gut. I got worried, and I figured it was time I did something. Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist. I'm back after some bro talks. I still have the gray hair, the baggy eyes, the saggy gut. I don't care. People aren't paying me for my looks. They're paying me to be funny. That's all that matters. And I'm not sure how much I care about that anymore. Bro talks. 70 proof.
Bro in talks. Bro in talks. When you just don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah, that's the good stuff. 70 proof. Available wherever fine products like Bro in talks are sold. Just like the same place. You could probably get that book, Even a Broke God is Right Twice a Day. Same place. You pick up one, pick up the other. But if the brother producer will go under the, I think it's brands, the banners, the one that has the pictures, the one that has the pictures, the overlays, at the very bottom of the overlays, there's one that says AD at the very bottom. Yeah, that's the one. That's what I want to talk about. Yes, I want to talk about that. Brothers and sisters, if you see this anywhere in the country, do yourself a favor and take your picture with it and post it, okay? Here's the contest. You could win millions of dollars whenever you do that and play Powerball, okay? Whenever you take your picture with this and post it and play Powerball, you could possibly win millions of dollars. So, whenever you see that whenever you see that, you take your picture with it right next to it and you post it in social media, okay? And win possibly, whenever you play Powerball, win millions of dollars. And the producer goes like, wait, I didn't agree to that shit. Put that down. So, now, today's sermon is, I want to talk about the way Americans are fucking up the American language, and not just the way they're fucking it up, but not just that, but it's because whenever people come into this country, the thing is, they say, we need you to learn to speak American. All right? Good fucking luck, because most of you don't speak American, and you keep moving the goalposts. So how are they supposed to learn American when you can't speak American? All right? I'm just going to give you a very small example of what I'm talking about, okay? How difficult this language is, okay? And a lot of you take it for granted and therefore don't realize how difficult this language is, okay?
You did it.
All right. Now, let's start off with something simple, something really simple, like finding the black marker in my pocket. So far, I'm got the red and I got the, God damn it. It's going to be the last marker. The last marker, it should have been, if I started at the other end, it would have been the first marker. Damn it. And when I'm going to, might as well get the eraser while I'm in here. Damn it. Okay. So, yeah. So, here we go. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, she is a serial dance abuser. Yes, she is. But I'm not telling her that. Let's do this. Make sure I got. All right, here we go. Now, the English language is complicated, but it's made even more complicated by a lot of the little rules that we have. Okay, for example, let's see here. Which one is this? Okay, homonyms. All right. All right. Homonyms, just for those of you who do not know, even though you've been using them or abusing them, homonyms are words that are spelled and pronounced alike, but have different meanings. Okay? Like, for example, I'm going to pick this word here because some of you who fish are going to call that bass, or the one that got away. Musicians are going to look at that and call that a bass, or the one that got away. I didn't change anything about it. I look at that. I didn't touch it. Once I wrote it, I didn't touch it. My hand stayed off of it. And look, it went from bass to bass without me touching it. See that? Poof! Look at that. Look at that. Bass is bass. Now it's bass. I didn't touch it. The bass, bass. Look at that. See that? And that happens every single time. And you got somebody coming from another country who's supposed to learn something like that fast? No, it ain't that easy now, is it? But I got more. If I didn't have more, I wouldn't broke out the board. I could have just said the one thing and expect you to remember it. But I got more, okay? All right. Those are homonyms, all right? This homo is a homophone. Homophone. That's probably not what you're thinking. Now, a homophone are words that are pronounced alike, but are spelled differently with different meanings. Okay? So, for example, you have I'm going to put it here because look, you're going to have two, T-O. You're going to have two, T-O-O. Then you're going to have two, T-W-O. And then you're going to have two, okay? And then you're going to have two, see, two. And then you're going to have two. All right? All of them sound the same. They spell differently, and they have different meanings. Yeah, so two, and two. All right? It almost sounds like a fucking speech impediment. Two, or like you have, like you know, two, or maybe some kind of bird. Two. Or you know, kids playing army. You know, they're playing like Space Invaders or something. They're going like two. Sorry, there it goes again. Once it gets stuck in my head, I got to get it out. All right, but now I got no room, so I got to get rid of some of that two. All right, I'm gonna put that two up here. All right, this two is going up here. Okay. Now, so far we talked about the homonyms. We talked about the homophobes. No, we talked about the homonyms and the homophones. Now we're going to talk about the homophobe. All right. Now, the homophobe is particularly tricky because that's when you are afraid to answer a question because no matter what you say, it's not going to sound right. All right. Give you an example. My wife Amona and I had a friend over the house, a friend of hers, known for years. She's going through a bitter divorce. Bitter. Not one of the good kind of the bitter divorce. The only reason why people aren't dead is because they're being separated outside of gun range. That's it. Otherwise, they'd be like bloodshed. And so my wife, Amona, is talking to her friend, and we're all having a few drinks, as adults do. We're having the good stuff. We're bumping. Yeah, we're bumping. Bump. Hope you like the bumping too. Oh, sorry. Damn it. Got to get that music career. Get over it. It's gone. I'm not going to ever be I'm sorry. I used to be a musician. It didn't go anywhere. And once in a while, I just have flashbacks of when I used to be a musician. Sorry. So we're having a few drinks, and my wife's friend, I don't want to say her name out in the air because I didn't get permission. So if one of you would just holler out a woman's name, Pam, thank you. So we'll call her Pam. Pam says to Amona, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll ever meet somebody else. I might as well go back to him. He wasn't that bad. He was only cheating for 20 years, so maybe he'll change. I can go back, blah, blah, blah. And so Mona looked at her and said, Pam, girl, don't even think about that. First of all, any man would be grateful to have you, okay? Any man would be grateful to have you. And she says, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're funny, you have your own career, you're a great woman, you're a great catch. And then she looked at me and she says, Jelly, you date her, right? That's homophobe right there. Right there, that's the homophobe. Because whatever you say is not going to be right, okay? You could say, no, I wouldn't date her. And then you look like the bastard who wouldn't help her throw her sister a bone because she's depressed. And how evil are you? She needs someone to help her feel good about herself, and you can't say that, okay? Or you could say, yes. And Amona would say, so how long you been thinking about that? You've been giving it some thought. That was a pretty quick yes you gave there. And you'd be like, what? See? Or you could say something like, okay, maybe before the breast reduction, all right? So, again, no matter what you say, it's not going to sound right. So you're afraid to say anything. That's homophobe right there, okay? So, we discussed the homonym, the homophobe, and the homophobe. Now we're going to discuss one more thing. It's called the Sorry. This is the homonym. Is it homonym or homophobe? Let me see. I think this is homophone, right? Homophone. Okay. Now, the homophone is basically when you're singing a song, you know the words and you're singing it all loud, and then you come to the part when you don't know the words anymore, but you don't want to stop the song, so you start humming until you get to the part that you know again. So it'd be like, that's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes and airplanes, and Lenny Bruce is not afraid. Hey. It's the end of the world as we know it. See, that's the homophone. And so, and people, it's not, that's kind of difficult, is what I'm saying. The English language is just difficult, all right? And don't even get me started talking. Not only that, everybody does it, okay? Everybody does it. Some people be singing songs, and matter of fact, and this is something, I don't want to make this like a race thing, but it is. You have people who are not black singing hip hop songs, and they're singing along, and then they get to the N word, and they know what the word is, and instead of saying it, they go like, yeah, and then they go back to singing the rest of the song. See, so yeah, everybody does it. It's not just, I'm not making this up. I didn't make that up. It actually happens. The word homophone may be new to the dictionary, but give it, was it 9 years, 11 months, and 29 days, it'll be in there. We just have to use it more. That's all. But so we have covered the homonyms, the homophobe, the homophobe, and the homophone. All right? So the English language is very, very difficult. All right? But when people come over here and they're new and they've been, first of all, I want to see you go to Pakistan and speak Pakistani after only a year or two. I have Pakistan friends, and they speak Pakistani around me for 3 or 4 years. I'm not gonna lie to you. Here we go. I have a Pakistani friend, and they, the company that I used to work for, I won't say their name, but it rhymes with Penguin Random House. There was a guy there from, I'm saying Pakistan, and it's India. I'm like a racist, all right? They're not the same countries. I was talking about Pakistan, but the story I'm telling you about is about a guy from India, okay? All right? He's been there for 20 years. He's been at that company for 20 fucking years. You know what they call him? And I'm not making this up. I'm not hiding his name to protect the innocent because I don't know his name because I've never been told his name. Everybody calls him G. That's what they call him, G, all right? The last Indian who was called G was Mahatma Gandhi, okay? And they didn't call him G because they couldn't pronounce Gandhi. They called him G because it's a term of endearment. Gandhi G, that's what they called him, Gandhi G. They called this guy G because after 20 years, nobody knew how to pronounce his last fucking name. So in 20 years, a company with 1,500 people and not one of them can learn to say one word in Hindu? And you expect a guy from India to learn a whole fucking vocabulary of another culture in what, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Get the fuck out of here. That is so disrespectful and so That's right. Got a company with 1,500 people, and not one of them, as a matter of fact, he hadn't heard his last name so long, he doesn't even know what to answer to when he gets pulled over by the police. They look out, they say, "Sir, can I see your license?" And then they say his last name, and he goes, I don't know who that is. Everybody calling me G. I do not know. If you say that is my last name, I would believe you because it is written on the government document. So he hasn't heard his last name in so long, he doesn't even know what it is. He's been in this country at least 20 years because he's been at that company for 20. It's not like he started working here before he got here. So, and he speaks very good English and very good Hindu or whatever Hindus speak. I'm so ignorant. It could be. I really did know. Damn it, I did know. Because I used to. There was one young lady who was teaching me some of it, but I haven't had to use it for like 3 years. Of course, and I can't remember. Damn it, maybe 4 years. I've been gone a while, so there was no need for me to keep learning it like all the other shit. So the point is, Americans. Okay, Americans who can't speak American expect people from other countries to learn American right away. And they get upset. Why don't they learn to speak the language? Why don't they learn to speak the language? You don't even fucking know how to speak the language. I give you a perfect door. I'm gonna tell you about this. These things right here, it's not new. I didn't make this up. Somebody else probably has already said it. And so I'm not stealing it. If you heard it before, so what? I'm writing it because I'm thinking about it. And I didn't have anybody with me to write it down. I just got bullet points. So don't you fuck with me. Not today. Not today. All right. All right. So you got people who go to the ATM machine. All right. That's what they do. People will tell you they're going to the ATM machine. All right. You know what this is? Automatic teller machine. All right. You don't need to say ATM machine. You just say ATM because this M is for machine. It's like automatic teller machine. You don't have to say automatic teller machine. Okay? That would be like you saying, I work at the NASA agency. Okay? Nobody says I work at NASA agency. You know why? You know what that A there stands for? Or maybe that A. But it stands for agency. One of these two A's stands for agency. All right? You don't have to say that part. Okay? Yeah. You don't do that. They just say NASA. So you don't have to say ATM machine. Just say ATM. That's my big pet peeve. When I hear people say that, yeah, I just want to grab them by the scruff of their neck and stick something in their throat. It pisses me off, and sometimes I have to ask them how many machines they're going to because they just said twice. But you know, my wife wants to know why I've never been punched in the face. But when I say it, I'm wearing glasses and a collar. And there's three rules when it comes to fighting. You don't hit a man wearing glasses, and you don't hit a man wearing a minister's collar. Unless you're another minister wearing glasses, then you punch his fucking lights out. Because then it's a fair fight. See? But you see me just like this. You don't know if God's on my side or not. Okay? This is not a football game where God is choosing sides. You see a man with glasses and a collar, just assume God's on his side because he was bold enough to leave the house looking like that. So he knows he's protected by something. And if it's not God, it's a goddamn gun. That's what I'm saying. Fuck with me is what I'm saying. I'm saying no. All right. Here's the other thing. All right. And I know you've heard it. And if you've heard it before, fine. If you haven't heard it, fine her. And once you find her, you keep her because she's a good woman. All right. So people say, I could care less. All right. You know how fucking stupid that is? Someone says, these are my problems. This is what I'm talking about. And they roll their neck and you go, I could care less. All right. So what? You know what you're saying? If this is the issue, all right, that's the issue. Your concern is, yeah, I could care less because look at all that. I have all this room to not care. So you're not saying anything. What you should be saying is I couldn't care less. That means this is the bottom. Okay, this is the bottom, and you could not go below that. There is no room below that for you to care. No room. Okay, that is the bottom. And you can't go below that. Okay, when you say I could care less, you could care less. You could go below that. All right, that's the other thing that really pisses me off. And I hope this helps you because if it didn't help you, Lord help you. I got to say, so the people who come here to this country looking for opportunities, looking for a way of life, looking for a way to better themselves. Maybe they're going to be educated. Maybe they're going to go to school, get a degree. Okay. But if we don't keep them here, they're taking all that education back with them. All right. So I'm saying, I'm sorry, I got off on a track or something. I don't know what I got off on, but it felt good to get off. At this age, just get off on anything you can. And it feels good and don't hurt anybody. Go ahead and get off. So there. Now, thank you, Chris. So I'm sorry to see you go, and I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Chris Tuthill, from wherever Chris Tuthill is from. Thank you. Now,
You're watching WD.
I should have asked Chris if okay, well, obviously from that sounded Chris is not from PBM TV, where we have like millions and millions of followers on PBM TV. I mean, I'm sorry, if they can make up numbers, so can I. The numbers I'm making up are just going to sound even more ridiculous. My millions of people listening on PBM TV. Thank you. Call us and let us know what you think of the show. My millions of people on PBM TV. Mm-hmm. So the English language is not an easy fucking thing, all right? And don't even get me started on capitonyms and heteronyms. I mean, you're probably, right now, when I just said capitonyms, you're going, what the fuck is a capitonym? That's right. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to spell it for you, and you can look it up. So that's your English lesson. It's CAP, like cat, IT, like it, O, like all these letters, all these words have an O, NYM, N-Y-M, okay, N-Y-M, that's the N word, N-Y-M, capitonym, okay, capitonym, all right, you can look that up. I'm not looking it up. I know what it means because I looked it up and I studied it so that I could answer that question, and then I decided I'm not going to do it because I'm a prick, all right, big prick. And the same with the heteronyms, okay? The heteronyms is different, just like the homophobonyms. Homophobe, right? It's not what you think, okay? A homophobe and a heteronym are not what you think. So you can look up heteronym, H-E-T-E-R-O-NYM. If you don't know how to spell NYM by now, what the fuck are you doing trying to speak American, all right? So heteronym, look that up. And appreciate the fact that someone comes here from another culture, another country, and you say, learn to speak American when you can't speak it yourself. All right? That's what I'm trying to say. Be fucking patient with people. Be patient. Don't be holding people to a higher standard than you yourself can live at, live with, live to, live up to. Don't be a fucking hypocrite, okay? If you can't hopscotch, don't be yelling at other people who can't hopscotch. Learn to hopscotch and teach the hopscotch. Each hopscotch, each one teach one. That's the rule of hopscotch. Each one teach one, all right? So you learn American and teach someone else how to speak American, all right? I was watching TV just yesterday, and they said, do you have COPD? I don't know. What is COPD stand for? Tell me, all right? And then later, another commercial asked about CIPD. I don't know if I have that either, because what is it? They tell you they're dumbing us down. They're not letting us know what things mean anymore. They're just dumbing us down, and every fucking thing is an abbreviation. It's an acronym. It's an emoji. It's a fruitcake. Well, not fruitcake. It's an eggplant. Winky face, LOL, SHIT, all those little things that they just throw in there that don't mean anything because we've taken the shortcut, all right? Stop taking the shortcut. Learn your American and teach your American. Lord have mercy. Before I close, I want to invite you to like and subscribe to my fledgling YouTube channel, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. It still only has 7 subscribers, but at least no one shot anybody like Joel Osteen, and I haven't lost anybody. All right? Help us reach our goal of 8 subscribers by the end of the month or day or year, whichever. Just, okay? On behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife Amona, my kids Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, and our dog stopped dropping. And of course, you just met my sister Crescent. I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on Mind Dog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah!